spent lots of time listing products on Facebook Marketplace, the last thing you want to do is lose your shipping privileges because you had to cancel too many orders. And if your cancel rate goes above 10%, you run the risk of that happening. Now, cancels could happen for any number of reasons. Maybe your supplier is out of stock, or the price on your supplier's website potentially, if you're dropshipping, has changed and it's no longer profitable. Or maybe you're actually storing items that you have yourself and you either damaged it in storage, or you lost it because you don't have a proper inventory system, or whatever, right? It happens to the best of us. It's happened to me. And if you're selling on Facebook Marketplace, it's going to happen to you as well. So the best thing to do is preemptively know how to handle these, right? And today we're going to talk about how you can respond when it does. We're going to cover 3 ways that you can cancel orders on Facebook Marketplace without hurting your seller metrics. All of these are much better ways to handle issues rather than canceling an order. So the first way is to simply find that item from another supplier, right? So a lot of times if you've sourced it or you're listing it dropshipping wise from, let's say, Walmart, for example, because I know a lot of beginners use Walmart, you could basically take that title and then search for it on Amazon or search for it on Google, see if you can find it from another supplier. A lot of times there'll be an item just like that on Amazon, or somebody's literally drop shipping that onto Walmart, or listing it, the seller's listing it on multiple places. So a lot of times you can actually simply find that item from another supplier. That's honestly your best bet usually, right? Because then you can still ship the order out, hopefully make a profit if it's, obviously still profitable. And even if you don't have, or even if you do end up losing money here and you don't end up making a profit, let's say hypothetically, originally you're gonna make like 10 bucks on it, now you're only gonna make 2, then it's still profitable and you don't have to cancel the order, so that's great. Now, if you're not profitable and maybe you were gonna make 10 bucks, but now you're gonna lose 5, then often it's still worth shipping it out. You might say like, why would I do that to lose money? But it's a potential review on Facebook Marketplace. You don't have to cancel the order. The buyer's obviously happy. And yes, you're losing on this specific order, but on 90% of other orders or 95% of other orders, you're gonna make a lot of money on them if you're listing properly. So it's just one order, right? It's a numbers game at the end of the day. If you're making a lot of money on the majority of your listings and you end up losing it on one, it's better to ship a product out to the customer and lose money, even if God forbid it changed on your supplier, right? Like if you were profitable originally and the price went up, instead of canceling that order, just ship it to them and discontinue listing that item, obviously for future sales, right? So that's the best way to approach it originally. Either ship it out if it's unprofitable, or find it on another supplier if it's profitable, or even if it's not, okay? The next way is kind of a cool little way, and that's to simply ask the buyer to cancel, on their end, right? If they cancel, then you don't get dinged with the seller metric. Now, if you just simply ask the buyer to cancel, it's not gonna work as well. It still will work sometimes, but it's not gonna work as well as if you approached it this way. So what I recommend that you do is you simply contact the buyer preemptively. Say you were about to ship the item out to them, but you didn't realize that it was defective or it was damaged in some way. And so you wanted to make sure that they knew that before you shipped the item out. You didn't realize that it had broken, like let's say it's like an action figure, right? You didn't realize that during storage, it had broken its wing off or something like that, right? And so if you tell them that and say that you're sorry you didn't realize that and ask them to cancel, not only will they cancel 99% of the time, but they'll also be very grateful that you're no longer shipping them an item which they believe is now defective or damaged, right? So that's a really easy way to get around it, and it's really, really effective, okay? Now, the last way is a way that I've touched on before. This works on Amazon, this works on eBay. I mean, they all really do, honestly. This works on Poshmark, Mercari, OfferUp, literally anywhere, but especially Facebook Marketplace. And that's to ship out another item that's cheap, that you don't care about. If you have another piece of inventory, that's totally fine. If you have something that that's laying around the house that you don't care about, again, totally fine. And so the whole idea here is you're still shipping an item to the customer, but it's the wrong item and you're doing that on purpose, right? Now, am I telling you to ship out, a used thing of gum? No, because that's obviously, once they get it, they're gonna be like, what is this? This is like this dude's a scammer, right? But if you ship out a product that looks new, that's not valuable, or a product that looks even like used, that's not valuable, I'm looking around for like a good example of something, and then you preemptively, like you're consciously shipping the wrong item out, but then as soon as you ship it out, you preemptively contact the buyer after you ship it out and you say, hey, I just got a message from another buyer and I didn't realize that I mixed up the orders. I shipped you X by accident and I shipped them Y, which you should have gotten, and I mixed the orders up. I just wanted to let you know that the wrong item's coming to you. I apologize for mixing the orders up, and I preemptively refunded you, right? And then obviously preemptively refund them. Now here, you're obviously going to refund the money, so you're going to be out like $3 to $4 or whatever it costs you to ship it to them, but you're again not canceling, which isn't going to go against your seller metrics. You're not upsetting any buyers, so you're not going to get any bad reviews, and it's another easy way to obviously avoid shipping out, or avoid canceling an order, which is going to ding you long term, which you want to avoid, right? So I've touched more on this in another video, a little bit more in depth. If you want to watch that video, I'll drop that video up in the right hand corner. I touch more in depth about it. I give you like examples that will really help you. It's primarily geared towards like selling on Amazon or something like that, but they're all relatively the same. It doesn't matter if you're approaching it selling on Amazon, selling on eBay, selling on Facebook Marketplace. The key here is avoid canceling orders if you can. And so that's 3 ways that you can basically avoid canceling orders on Facebook Marketplace.